And now to our top story of the evening. In a major development now, 3 policemen have been suspended for allegedly helping the gangster Vikas Dubey in UP, who murdered 8 cops of Uttar Pradesh police on 3rd of July. Call records have surfaced revealing there were at least 3 cops who were contacting Vikas Dubey's gang. Meanwhile, India Today has also accessed a letter written by one of the slain police personnel and circle officer Devendra Mishra against accused Chaubepur SHO Vinay Tiwari, and that slain officer's letter is claiming there were links to the gangster of the SHO. No action was taken despite that complaint by the cop in the month of March. Gangster's aide Daya Shankar had also divulged sensational details about Dubey's criminal empire, after revealing that gangster Dubey got a tip-off from cops in Chaubepur police station, possibly before the encounter and the raid. The henchman has now exposed also an illicit liquor trade ongoing that was run by him. The bounty, however, on the gangster has now been increased to 2.5 lakh rupees. His posters have surfaced and have been put up across Uttar Pradesh. Now, my colleague Shivendra Srivastav has been in Kanpur tracking this case very closely. He decided to meet the Chaubepur SHO Vinay Tiwari, who is now in the bone of contention on the ground, before he received his suspension order. That was on Saturday. Take a look at this report.
इस वक्त यहाँ पर हमारे साथ एसओ चौबेपुर विनय तिवारी जी हैं, उनसे बात करते हैं। सर, ये बताइए, 2 दिन पहले जब शिकायत पे आप गए थे तो क्या हुआ था? मैं घटना के वाले दिन की बात नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ, पहले जब गए थे तो क्या हुआ था? विवेक दुबे ने क्या किया था यहाँ पर? क्या कोई हाथापाई हुई थी, अभद्रता की थी आप लोगों के साथ? विनय जी, लगातार बात ये आ रही है कि आपसे पहले भी मुलाकात हुई थी जिसपे झगड़ा हुआ था और उसने बदतमीजी की थी पुलिस पार्टी के साथ।
कार्रवाई से अधिकारियों द्वारा अवगत कराया जाएगा आपको।
अच्छा, वो उस दिन आपके साथ वो जो तिवारी जिसकी शिकायत थी वो भी गया था, उसको भी मारा पीटा था?
हम तुम्हारे लिए क्या कर सकते हैं?
अधिकारियों द्वारा आपको अवगत कराया जाएगा।
नहीं, मैं समझ गया, लेकिन गंभीर आरोप ये भी लग रहा है कि चौबेपुर थाने की पुलिस को भी पता था बहुत सारी चीजें। विनय तिवारी जी, जरा बताइए आप। एक सेकंड रुक जाइए सर, रुक जाइए भाई साहब, रुक जाइए। विनय तिवारी जी, 1 मिनट का वक्त दीजिए। गंभीर आरोप लग रहे हैं इस बात के कि थाने की पुलिस को पता था।
So the cops themselves are questioned. Remember, 8 cops were killed when they decided to go for an encounter, for a raid at the gangster's residence. Was he receiving tip-offs? I'm now joined by IG Kanpur as well, Mohit Agarwal. And 2 brief questions that I had wanted to ask him. Sir, is it true that this gangster, Vikas Dubey, a well-known criminal, had constructed a bunker in his house? क्या एक बंकर बना रखा था अपने मकान में उन्होंने? उसी बंकर में सारा सामान रखते थे? ये हमें डिटेल्स दें।
देखिए, विकास दुबे के बारे में ये जानकारी मिली थी। ये बहुत ही शातिर किस्म का अपराधी है और इसका कार्य करने का तरीका अन्य अपराधियों से एकदम अलग है। ये हथियारों को घर में की दीवारों में चुनवा करके रखता था। जिस तरह से लोग ब्लैक मनी को घर के नीचे दबा देते हैं या दीवारों में भी कुछ लोग चुनवा देते हैं, इसी तरह से ये गोला बारूद और हथियारों को जो है अपने घर के अंदर बंकर में दबा रखे थे इसने और दीवारों में चुनवा रखा था। इस तरह की इंटेलिजेंस पुलिस को मिली थी और उसी इंटेलिजेंस के आधार पर पुलिस ने कल वहाँ पर सीआरपीसी की धारा 100 के अंतर्गत वहाँ पर सर्च ऑपरेशन चलाया था और उस सर्च ऑपरेशन में पुलिस को भारी सफलता मिली है और भारी संख्या में गोला बारूद और हथियार वहाँ से बरामद हुए हैं।
मगर आईजी सर, सबसे बड़ा शक का दायरा पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट पे ही आ रहा है। इन्वेस्टिगेशंस पे भी ये हिंट है कि विकास दुबे को पहले से इंफॉर्मेशन दे दी गई थी इन रेड्स की। व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से टू दैट? विल एक्शन बी टेकन फॉर अगेंस्ट दोज हु आर फाउंड गिल्टी इवन इफ दे आर फ्रॉम द पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट? सर,
देखिए, ये जिस तरह से पूरी तरह ऑपरेशन हुआ और ये अपराधी पहले से ही पुलिस के वहाँ पहुँचने से पहले ही इसने अपने गुर्गों को छतों पर तैनात कर रखा था, हथियारों से लैस लेकर के इसके जितने भी गुर्गे थे और ये स्वयं मोर्चे लेकर के तैनात था, तो निश्चित रूप से इसको पूरी जानकारी पुलिस के मूवमेंट की थी। अब हम लोग इस बात की जांच कर रहे हैं कि किस तरह इसको ये सूचना पहुंची। इसके लिए पूरे चौबेपुर थाने के जितने कर्मचारी हैं और आसपास के थानों के भी कर्मचारी जिनको इस ऑपरेशन की जानकारी थी उनको हमने अपने रडार में रखा है। वो सभी लोग जांच के घेरे में हैं। सबकी इस बिंदु पर जांच हो रही है कि किस किस लोगों के संबंध इन अपराधियों से थे, किन किन की वार्ता इन अपराधियों से हुई है उस रात में। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि अगले 48 घंटे के अंदर हम लोग पिन पॉइंट कर लेंगे कि कौन विभाग का ऐसा विभीषण है जिसने इस तरह के कृत्य को अंजाम दिया। उसके बाद उस पर हम धारा 302 मर्डर का चार्ज लगा करके उसको जेल भेजेंगे और विभाग से बर्खास्त भी करेंगे।
All right, so Mohit Agarwal, IG Kanpur, assuring strict action against those, whether from the police department or otherwise, and that there will be serious charges put on them as well. However, now a bigger question beyond police department, the fact that could this notorious gangster have political links that sheltered him all this while? Because in this 2017 video of gangster Vikas Dubey, he seems to be giving an insight into his own political clout. In this video that has been accessed by India Today, where the gangster is questioned by the STF, he takes names of several political leaders, including BJP MLAs. Abhijit Sanga and Bhagwati Sagar, both the netas have officially denied any links with the gangster. Take a look at this.
दबाव जैसा नहीं, लेकिन अपना प्रयास किया था हमने, जो है अपने लोकल लीडर्स और उनसे है जो अपने हमारे यहाँ के प्रबुद्ध लोग हैं उनसे किया था मैंने।
कौन कौन है?
हमारे लोकल विधायक हैं, भगवती प्रसाद सागर जी हैं और अभिजीत सांगा जी हैं MLA, और हमारे ब्लॉक प्रमुख हैं राजेश कमल जी और जिला पंचायत अध्यक्ष हैं गुड्डन कटियार जी, और प्रधान लोग भी हैं 2, 3, 4, 5 लोग।
विकास दुबे इतना बड़ा दुर्दांत अपराधी है और वो किसी का भी सत्ता पक्ष के किसी भी जनप्रतिनिधि का नाम अपने बचाव में प्रभाव में लेने के लिए कर सकता है। मेरे चुनाव में इसने जितना नुकसान कर सकता था उतना इसने किया था। मैंने कभी भी इसका पक्ष नहीं किया है, इसके फेवर में कभी कोई किसी अधिकारी को कोई सिफारिश की तो ये तो अपने आप दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा। कोई अपराधी कहीं पकड़ा जाए, किसी का नाम बता दे, फर्जी बता दे, तो उसका कोई लिंक नहीं है।
What is shocking about this case is that a criminal, a gangster, charges since 1990 is even today absconding, managing to kill cops, and nobody knows where he is. I'm now joined for the evening discussion by A.L. Banerjee. A.L. Banerjee is former Director General of Police in Uttar Pradesh. Sir, my first question will be, today what is happening in this incident is also reflective perhaps of how he was receiving some sort of patronage clearly from somewhere. But my first question to you is on police department. If it is true, sir, if it is found in investigations that there were police personnel who could have been helping him, could have been leaking information to him, what action do you think should be taken as a former DGP? A.L. Banerjee, sir.
The first thing is that let us look at the incident. It's a horrifying incident.
Yes.
Never happened before in Uttar Pradesh. The fact is that let us first of all talk about whether he's got patronage or not. Definitely, if he's been active since 1990 and this is 2020, for the last 30 years he's been active, and according to the social media, I'm not privy to any inside information or correct information, but it seems that there are about 60 cases against this person, 60 FIRs which have been registered. And in fact, there's a very heinous offense of his having gone into a police station and killed a man there. In fact, there is a photograph of that particular incident in one of the social media posts. In that case also, he has come out unscathed, which means that along with the fact that he is a habitual criminal, he has been able, or he has managed to keep everybody pleased and happy. Now, and he himself is not a political person. So this means that we have to look back as to what is happening. Now, way back in the central government, in the union government, they came out with a report called the N.N. Vora Committee report, which talked about the nexus between the politicians and the criminals. And things have not improved. In fact, they have degraded since then. There has been much more than that. Number two, look at the incident itself. If you look at the basic incident, It takes place after 12 in the night. It's a full moon night or almost a full moon night. There's fair amount of visibility. A large force of about 50 persons.
Yes.
Not all of them armed. That is very surprising. Not all of them armed. There are a couple, in fact, in one of the photographs after the incident I have seen, that there's a lathi line on the ground. There's a police issue lathi line on the ground. So which means that lathi wielding cops had gone to arrest a criminal with such a report. And earlier in March, the circle officer himself, the unfortunate circle officer who's been murdered in this particular incident, he himself has written that in case something is not done, then there will be a bigger incident. Now, you see, the point is that he goes to this particular place to, I don't know, do what? Probably arrest this man or what? Some legal action must have been contemplated.
Yeah,
The fact is that how come a person who's always been on the run, on the right side of the law to a certain extent by not getting caught, he opens up with all the weapons at his command. And in fact, the inside story seems to be that weapons of the policemen were snatched and they were used for this particular purpose. In fact, one report had come out in the social media saying that...
But sir, the question that's coming, of course, I'll go to the politicians as well who are going to soon join us, but that there could have been cops, whether out of fear, whether out of a nexus, who are giving out information. It is just clearly corruption in the whole system.
Undoubtedly. You see, the point is that this is an incident which should be our learning curve. We have to establish an inquiry commission or whatever it is. The DGP will decide, the CM should decide what he wants, what they want to do. And we should have standard operating procedures so that this kind of a thing is not repeated. Why could not this police force go to arrest this person in first light at about 4 o'clock, at 4:30? That is the time when everything is visible in a village. And by just saying that, you see, there are two contradictions. The FIR says that we have been able to recognize the persons because there was sufficient light, electricity light. However, there's another report saying that somebody from the police station rang up and told the JE or whoever the linesman to cut the connection. So this is self-contradictory.
So clearly, there are different questions emerging. Yes. I agree, sir, what you're saying, that there is no conclusion yet, but the details are so sensational and shocking that it makes one wonder how could this continue for so long. A.L. Banerjee, sir, as a former DGP, I want to thank you for joining us this evening, for giving us your view as that of a man in uniform. But now over to the political aspect. Anila Singh, the BJP spokesperson, is joining me now on the phone line. Anila Singh, this criminal, this gangster, also has charges from extortion, kidnapping, murder, also about having killed perhaps a BJP leader a few years ago. Even now, it seems that he is on the run because of political patronage. How do you think this is reflecting on the ruling party in the state? Anila Singh.
Pooja, I'll tell you. Like, this person killed Bharatiya Janata Party leader in 2001. Since 2002, our government was not there. So the ruling governments were of Samajwadi Party and BSP. And these political parties, they gave shelter to him. And that was the reason, like, we did not get, the judiciary did not get any of the witnesses, and somehow he got the clean sheet. I mean, he killed that person, BJP leader, in the Thana, and yet, police personnel there, they said they were not ready to say anything against him. So directly it showed that political parties like Samajwadi Party and BSP, they sheltered him. And they told the police personnel that you do not have to give any sort of
So who is sheltering him now? What is stopping the BJP to get him behind bars?
All right, I'll tell you.
Yes,
I'll tell you. Your question is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Now what is happening? Now what is happening is, since Yogi Adityanath ji became Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, an operation to cleanse UP of such kind of people who were involved in heinous crimes has started. And it was a clear declaration from UP Chief Minister, either you leave the state or you surrender or we are going to finish you.
Okay.
So under this operation only, police was going to nab him. But unfortunately, we know it. Ghar ka bhedi lanka dhai. Somebody from inside circle had told this person, and he attacked police team, and 8 of our police personnel, they got sacrificed. But at the same time, I can say that we have got confidence in UP police now because of strong political leadership and strong political willpower to finish these criminals. And since this attack happened, since then many of the associates of this person, whether we talk about Prem Prakash Pandey or Atul Dubey or we talk about his close colleague Agnihotri, Dayashankar Agnihotri, action has been taken.
So Anila Singh, the viewers who are watching India Today right now, do you want them to believe that such a gangster could be allowed to get away and just blame the police personnel and some constables or police personnel or officers, that he had no political patronage, that even now he enjoys no political patronage?
He was not getting any sort of political patronage. That is why he attacked police officers and other police personnel. If he would have been having any sort of Bharatiya Janata Party patronage, our police people would have been with us in today's date. So I just want to say here, the political parties who are attacking our political party, they should go and check their facts first of all.
Okay.
And then they should say that whether we are on the right path or the wrong path. When they point out, it shows that they are pointing towards the police. A police which used to be politicized during their tenure. We very well know all Thana.
Ma'am, what assurance can you give as a spokesperson of the BJP, because also you're based in Uttar Pradesh, to the viewers, to residents of Uttar Pradesh, that such gangsters will be caught, will not be allowed to get away, and that this will set an example for the state?
I'm assuring you, I am promising you here.
Yes.
Just a second, I think a Skype call is coming from your channel. Can you give me a second?
Okay, sure. So I'm going to go across. I'm now joined by Congress spokesperson Radhika Khera as well. Radhika, this is very interesting. So what the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Alena Singh had just told me a short while ago, that whether it was the Samajwadi Party in power earlier or the BSP or in alliance with the Congress as well, that this was other parties who were giving him shelter all this while just blaming on the BJP, which is in party now, which is running the government now in the state. What's your response to that, Radhika Khera?
You know, Pooja, we have seen time and again, BJP keeps running away from its responsibilities of anything, whether it's maintenance of law and order, whether it's of not lying to the nation. We have seen that in Uttar Pradesh, law and order has continuously deteriorated and criminals are absolutely fearless. The public was obviously not safe. We've seen that they've never been safe, but now even the police is not safe. And who is responsible for the law of, who has the responsibility of law and order in the state? The CM himself. But he is so busy running those advertisements, claiming that Uttar Pradesh is a crime-free state. He's spending crores and crores of rupees on those advertisements and claiming that Uttar Pradesh is a crime-free state, but it's for everyone to see. We've seen also that UP accounts for 1/3 of the total crimes against Dalits. We have also seen that UP accounts, the crime against women have increased by 21% ever since the BJP came into power. So who is CM? BJP CM and crime against women are increasing. We've seen what happened in Sengar's case. We saw what happened in Chinmayan's case. We even saw how over 20,000 FIRs against the own BJP leaders and karyakartas were taken away when they came into power. We even saw how the chief minister took away the FIRs and the cases that were running against him.
Okay.
So clearly they do not care about law and order. And all these figures that I've just raised right now are actually pointing towards the increase of crime and strengthening of the criminals in Uttar Pradesh. And the government, the chief minister, refuses to fix accountability. And they will always come up and say, oh, we promise, we will do this. They will have ads, but nobody is accountable.
Okay.
They will go ahead. Now, we even saw that in the last 1 week, about 50 murders have happened in Uttar Pradesh. Who is responsible for that? Who is going to investigate? Why are these things happening again and again? We even saw what happened in recently, a couple of days back, that happened in a brutal murder that happened in Jaunpur. We even saw.
And yes, and I
So what
think,
happened
yes,
in Kanpur,
Radhika, from what you're
and
saying,
what happened
raising
Prayagraj.
valid points, perhaps this case of Vikas Dubey, because it's been so long now, whether it just molds in khaki, political patronage, is this the time perhaps Yogi Adityanath and the administration can show that they are going to take further action? That is all the time I have for now, but thank you so much to all the panelists who joined us.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.